vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopija Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Nitai Gaur Hariba, 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 Haribo, Nitai Gaur. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Privajagacharya Ashtottar Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramayi Sudarshan Shubhadarshanarati ki, Prahlad Nrsimhadev ki, Shri Gauranitai ki, Shri Panchatattva ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Canto 10, Chapter 1, Text 30. Ugrasena Sudha Kamsa Swasuh Priyachikirshaya Rashmin Hayanam Jagraha Raukamai Ratashatay Vrataha. Kamsa, the son of King Ugrasena, in order to please his sister Devaki on the occasion of her marriage, took charge of the reins of the horses and became the chariot driver. He was surrounded by hundreds of golden chariots. Chatuhushatam paribharam gajanam hemamalinam ashmanam ayutam sardham ratanam chatrishat shatam dasinam sukumarinam dveshate samalankrite Duhitre devakah pradat yane duhitravatsalah. Devaki's father, King Devaka, was very much affectionate to his daughter. Therefore, while she and her husband were leaving home, he gave her a dowry of 400 elephants, nicely decorated with golden garlands. He also gave 10,000 horses, 1,800 chariots, and 200 very beautiful young maidservants, fully decorated with ornaments. Purport: the system of giving a dowry to one's daughter has existed in Vedic civilization for a very long time. Even today, following the same system, a father who has money will give his daughter an opulent dowry. A daughter would never inherit the property of her father. Therefore, an affectionate father, during the marriage of his daughter, would give her as much as possible. A dowry, therefore, is never illegal according to Vedic system. Here, of course, the gift offered as a dowry by Devaka to Devaki was not ordinary. Because Devaka was a king, he gave a dowry quite suitable to his royal position. Even an ordinary man, especially a high-class Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, is supposed to give his daughter a liberal dowry. Immediately after the marriage, the daughter goes to her husband's house. And it is also a custom for the brother of the bride to accompany his sister and brother-in-law to exhibit affection for her. The system was followed by Kamsa. These are all old customs in the society of Varnashrama Dharma, which is now wrongly designated as Hindu. These long-standing customs are nicely described here. Shankaturya mridangascha nedur dundubhyah samam prayana prakrame tata varavadha Varavadvoha Sumangalam. O beloved son Maharaja Parikshit, when the bride and bridegroom were ready to start, conch shells, bugles, drums and kettle drums have all vibrated in concert for their auspicious departure. Pati prahagrahinam kamsam abhayasya shariravak ashyastvam ashtamo garbho hantayam vaghase abudha. While Kamsa, controlling the reins of the horses, was driving the chariot along the way, an unembodied voice addressed him, "You foolish rascal! The eighth child of the woman you are carrying will kill you." Purport: the omen spoke of Ashtamo Garbha, referring to the eighth pregnancy, but did not clearly say whether the child was to be a son or daughter. Even if Kamsa were to see that the eighth child of Devaki was a daughter, he should have no doubt that the eighth child was to kill him. According to Vishwakosha dictionary, the word Garbha means embryo and also Arbakha or child. Kamsa was affectionate towards his sister, and therefore he had become the chariot driver to carry her and his brother-in-law to their home. The demigods, however, did not want Kamsa to be affectionate towards Devaki, and therefore from an unseen position they encouraged Kamsa to offend her. Moreover, the 6 sons of Marichi had been cursed to take birth from the womb of Devaki, and upon being killed by Kamsa, they would be delivered. When Devaki understood that Kamsa would be killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who would appear from her womb, she felt great joy. The word Vahase is also significant because it indicates that the ominous vibration condemned Kamsa for acting just like a beast of burden by carrying his enemy's mother. Iti uktah sakhalah papo bhojanam kulapam sanah bhaginim hantum aradbham khadgapanihi kache grahit. Kamsa was a condemned personality in the Bhoja dynasty because he was envious and sinful. Therefore, upon hearing this omen from the sky, he caught hold of his sister's hair with his left hand and took up his sword with his right hand to sever her head from her body. Purport: Kamsa was driving the chariot and controlling the reins with his left hand. But as soon as he heard the omen that his sister's eighth child would kill him, he gave up the reins, caught hold of his sister's hair, and with his right hand took up a sword to kill her. Before he had been so affectionate that he was acting as his sister's chariot driver. But as soon as he heard that his self-interest of his life was at risk, he forgot all affection for her and immediately became a great enemy. This is the nature of demons. No one should trust a demon despite any amount of affection. Aside from this, a king, a politician, or a woman cannot be trusted since they can do everything abominable for their personal interest. Chanakya Pandita therefore says, Vishvaso naiva kartavyah strishu raja kuleshu cha tam jugupsita karmanam nrishamsam nirapatrapam vasudevo mahabhaga uvacha parishantavyan. Wanting to pacify Kamsa, who was so cruel and envious that he was shamelessly ready to kill his sister, the great soul Vasudeva, who was to be the father of Krishna, spoke to him in the following words. Vasudeva, who wants to be the father of Krishna, is described here as Mahabhaga, a very upright and sober personality, because although Krishna was ready to kill Vasudeva's wife, Vasudeva remained sober and unagitated. In a peaceful attitude, Vasudeva began to address Kamsa by putting forward reasonable arguments. Vasudeva was a great personality because he knew how to pacify a cruel person and how to forgive even the bitterest enemy. One who is fortunate is never caught, even by tigers or snakes. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are reading that section in the Advent of Lord Krishna, where we are seeing the demoniac nature of Kamsa. He doesn't hesitate to even kill his own sister if his self-interest is at stake. So Prabhupada is saying here that demons will do anything to preserve their self-interest. Means they will do something unlawful, they will do something against dharma also. It doesn't matter to them. I should be preserved, my interest should be preserved. Which means that type of an attitude is a demoniac attitude. Rather, a person like Vasudeva, direct opposite, two opposite persons actually. He, you will see his responses, is willing to give himself is willing to give all his children for preserving dharma. I don't mind, but dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. I will automatically be protected because I am protecting dharma. This is the higher principle. So this conversation between Vasudeva and Kamsa is very interesting. Why? Because Kamsa doesn't care for anybody. It's not that because you're very strong and you don't care for anybody, you are powerful. In this material world, people judge you like that. Somehow or the other, you are powerful. Somehow he did it. He is greater. Is great. The methodology you use is not, you don't bother much about it. No, it's very important. Actually, in this conversation, you will see Vasudeva is far, far more powerful than Kamsa. That's what will come out very nicely. He is not a passionate fool like Kamsa. You know, passionate fool. Prabhupada said, active, foolish, lazy, intelligent. Vasudeva is very solidly situated in Krishna consciousness. He is a very disciplined, highly dharmic grahastha, and he knows how to execute his duties, very well controlled. In this way, you will see when he encounters a demon like Kamsa, how he deals with him. What's happening is his wife is Devaki, and these demigods came invisibly and said, this 8th child of this person is going to kill you. They want to accelerate things. Krishna will appear faster. Yennaya is just going on. He's riding his sister's chariot. He's not supposed to do this. He's supposed to be killing her. Then only Krishna will come fast. Say they put a fast forward on this. They came and said, hey, actually, don't be very happy and all that driving the chariot. The 8th child of this sister of yours is going to be the reason for your death. Instantly he changed. Kamsa. His self-interest is attacked. Instantly, even my sister I will kill and finish. So in that situation you can see, Vasudeva immediately jumps in before his wife is killed. Jumps in immediately and starts reasoning out with Kamsa. He speaks very intelligently. How to speak to a demon who is in rage, who is ready to kill your relative, your sister, your wife. How to speak to that person. Vasudeva excels in that. He jumps in and he speaks very nicely. Those words are very good. Vasudeva said, my dear brother-in-law Kamsa. Now he has become brother-in-law. So he is addressing him, my dear brother-in-law Kamsa. You are the pride of your family. First you must praise the person. The Bhoja dynasty and great heroes praise your qualities. How could such a qualified person as you kill a woman, your own sister, especially on the occasion of her marriage? Means you'll get a bad name. First thing he tells us, since you're a demon, you're very concerned about your name, fame, position. So he first of all attacks that, very subtle, not taking a sword. He's not doing what like Kamsa, he's taking a different type of a sword. And he's telling, your name will get spoiled. And this is your own sister, her marriage, you're killing her. Forever you will be regretting this. Forever people will remember this. Don't do it. Don't do it. So first thing he tells us, your reputation will be spoiled. Your own sister and you're killing a woman. Even those days, sentiment, if a woman is touched, a woman is hurt in some way, then it's against dharma, it is against social etiquette. So, purport, according to Vedic principles, a brahmana, an old man, a woman, a child or a cow cannot be killed under any circumstances. Vasudeva stressed that Devaki was not only a woman but a member of Kamsa's family. Because she was now married to Vasudeva, she was para stri, another man's wife. And if such a woman were killed, not only would Kamsa be implicated in sinful activities, but his reputation as a king of the Bhoja dynasty will be damaged. Thus, Vasudeva tried in many ways to convince Kamsa in order to stop him from killing Devaki. So, he reasons with him philosophically also. O great hero, one who takes birth is sure to die, for death is born with the body. One may die today or after hundreds of years, but death is sure for every living entity. Just because the demigods told you that you're going to die, do not worry about it. Everybody is going to die here. The demigods forgot to say Vasudeva will die, Devaki will die, everybody will die. But they only said, eat the child of this sister of yours will kill you. So when the present body turns to dust and is again, so in this way he will give philosophically, he will argue with him philosophically, he will tell him your reputation will go and you will become, notorious for doing this. And he will say, after all, you will die anyway. So he gives all philosophical reasons, logical reasons, social reasons, and everything. And finally convinces Kamsa. That's the best part of it. Kamsa has faith in Vasudeva. This is the interesting thing. A demon like Kamsa has faith in Vasudeva because he knows he will keep up his word. Why? He's very dharmic. He'll keep up his word. And Kamsa, Vasudeva, he knows what is Kamsa's whole attitude and plan. So he will say, you're bothered about the child only, no? Why kill the mother? Child I'll bring to you. All my children, as soon as they're born, I'll bring to you. You may do what you want with them. What a wonderful offer. Nobody will offer like this. Because Vasudeva is very Krishna conscious. He knows Krishna will plan something. And all I have to do is to depend on Krishna. Somehow I have to save my wife from this situation, otherwise she will die. So he will offer this. And Kamsa will immediately become very pleased with Vasudeva. Who will offer such a thing? All my children I'll bring to you. Right? And he's an honest man. He will do it also. Just allow me to lead my grihastha life and do my duties. Don't kill my wife. I'll bring all the children to you. In this way, it's mentioned that Vasudeva brought the first child. His name was Kirtiman. He brought the first child to Kamsa obediently. Vasudeva also is very smart, very intelligent. Brought the first child to him. And as soon as he saw that the first child only the 8th child is supposed to die. He saw the cute child and he saw Vasudeva, what a honest Brahmana, nice man. He said, okay, you keep the child. You keep the child. Because you're so honest, you're so good. Keep the child. But seeing that again it is coming to normalcy and good relationships, Narada came again and told, don't believe anybody. I saw on the way there's a big meeting of the demigods. Demigods are all going to appear in this world. There's great conspiracy against you. Somehow they will kill you. Don't trust anybody. Immediately he got angry and he went and imprisoned Vasudeva and Devaki. And then he killed the first child. And then after every child that came, he killed each of the children. I am not trusting anybody. Why? Because the next very great devotee who came in Kamsa's life is Narada and told him, don't trust anybody. And he put Vasudeva also in the prison. Everybody was trying to accelerate Krishna's coming by making Kamsa commit mistakes. If Kamsa commit all those horrible mistakes, then Krishna will come. In this way, Kamsa, he was very nicely led to do very offensive, sinful activities. Because you see how a demon, he can predict what he is going to do. And you can lead him in this direction to do something. And he will do it. Because actually the demons are foolish. They are just completely working under the Shakti of Maya. And the devotees of the Lord, at least they listen to Krishna. And therefore, their advice given by Krishna to them through Guru, Sadhu, Sastra is always beneficial to them. So, in this conversation, you will see how Kamsa is a lonely man. He has got nobody advising him but some asuras who give him false idea about themselves. And on the other side, Narada Muni and Vasudeva are all used to actually lead Kamsa into doing certain things. And in the end, you will see Kamsa is the most confused man throughout. And he's just getting angry. He's an asura. He uses all his power to do certain types of things. None of those things work. None of those things work. Why? Without showing all foolish bravery and courage and everything, very coolly Krishna operates from the backside. And he is the eighth child, exactly as the demigods will say that eighth child will come and kill him also in the wrestling arena. But still, although the news is known to Kamsa and he knows that the eighth child is going to kill him, he never gets to meet the eighth child. Because it's Krishna. So what if you know that I am going to be the eighth child going to kill you, but you cannot kill me? It's not possible. In this way, although the demigods know this fact, they came and teased Kamsa in this manner. So what we can learn is that devotees, especially those who are dedicated in their seva in Krishna consciousness, fixed in Krishna consciousness, they have nothing to worry about. Because Krishna will always protect them. So it's not that Narada Muni has to go and ask Krishna, can I tell like this? Can I do this? They know very well how to serve Krishna, how to help Krishna. And they go ahead and they do certain things. And Krishna very nicely accepts those things and executes his activities, executes his leela. So even a demon like Kamsa, one thing about them is when they see honesty, dharma, they respect it. Because Kamsa had a very good relationship with Narada, Kamsa had a very good relationship with Vasudeva. He valued them. He valued them. Many of these great asuras you will see, although they are asura against Krishna, they value people who are following the Vedic direction and are able to actually stick on in discipline. So you will see even Hiranyakashipu had good dealings with Narada Muni, and Narada Muni is having a good relationship with all asuras also. He has got no enmity, ajata shatru, no shatru. Ajata shatravah shantaha sadhu sadhu bhushana. The Bhagavatam explains. A pure devotee of the Lord has got no enemies. He has got no enemies. He is kind to everybody. But he will do what is pleasing to Krishna. So Narada Muni, whatever he did for the sake of pleasing Krishna. And he got the whole thing accelerated. So this conversation takes place in this way, and you will see that Kamsa constantly remains disturbed. What a life for a asura. He constantly remains in anxiety. Nowadays you're talking about stress for everybody and all. Kamsa was like super stressed because that eighth child is supposed to kill him is put inside his head. And he cannot get the eighth child. Somewhere the eighth child is there. Any day he will come, any day he'll kill me. Constant anxiety. Sada samudvigna manaha asadgrihat vanam gato tadharimashrayata. So Prahlad Maharaj therefore told his father, why always an anxiety like this? Why don't you just go and relax, go to Vrindavana and Tad harim ashrayata. Surrender yourself to Krishna. He gave this type of advice because that is the correct thing to do. Stress relief means you should surrender to Krishna. Simple. This is the answer given by Prahlad Maharaj. So people talk about stress relief and stress management and all sorts of things. It can be best achieved by surrendering to God, having faith in God, and such a great burden of your own self-preservation will be taken off. The big weight will be taken off. Most people are lonely, they're atheistic, they don't want to believe in the Supreme Lord, and therefore they take the burden of their own existence on their head. But for a devotee, he will even go to a demon and speak. You go directly and face a demon. Everybody else is afraid, demigods are running away. But Narada Muni is coming to Kamsa and telling, as a friend, I want to tell you, I saw a big meeting, all the demigods together discussing. I peeped and I heard they are planning. They are all going to take birth. And they are going to try to kill you. You are finished. So very nice relationship. But we went and told this to Kamsa. Similarly, it's mentioned that even Hiranyakashipu said such things. Narada Muni said such things to Hiranyakashipu. Very good relationship and use the relationship in some way to actually please Krishna, favor Krishna. So, the response of a demon is filled with anxiety because asuras tad viparyaya. When you feel, do, think against Krishna and his devotees, you'll be filled with anxiety. Be filled with anxiety. And in the end, you lose. So this is a demoniac civilization. You will see that this world is filled with people who are increasingly uninterested in God because they have been caught by the material energy. And they're very busy, very, very busy, kept very busy by Maya. And unfortunately for them, they are cut off from God, from the Supreme Lord. So, Prabhupada has done a great service to humanity by bringing God very easily to them. Telling them just open your mouth and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you can simply chant the holy names of Krishna, you become fearless. The fact that my father, my supreme father, Pitaham asya jagato, aham bija prada pita, is there to protect me. I am not an orphan. Why am I worried? Mamaivam sa jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. You are my part and parcel. You don't have to worry. So a devotee, because of his devotion to Krishna, can never be in any fearful situation. That is a guarantee given by Krishna. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayisyami ma sucha. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. No need. Why? You have surrendered yourself to me. It's my duty to look after you. I vow to protect you. Ramachandra said, Tava asmin chuchyate abhayam sarvabhutebhyo. Abhayam. No fear. Dadami etam vratam mama. I take this vow to protect my devotee who offers himself to me. This is how he receives Vibhishana and said, don't worry, I'll protect you. Because you have chosen to come away from your demoniac brother and surrender to me. You have great faith in me and you have taken a very big risk. Taken a very big risk. In this way, devotees of the Lord have got a great assurance from Krishna And by virtue of their devotional service, when they do devotional service, this fearlessness increases and they become freed from any fear. The whole material world is under constant fear. Everybody is in constant fear. From the beginning of life, fear is an essential component. Fear is an essential component of their lives. That's why Sada Samadvigna Manaha, always in anxiety, in fear. So that type of life you'll be freed from. That is the greatest wealth. So devotees of the Lord can enjoy that great opulence. No fear. Mahasucha. Since you have surrendered to me, you don't worry about anything. And it's the experience of devotees. They have given up their material life, many of them, who join full time to serve Krishna in the Krishna consciousness movement. And they go through a whole learning process. And gradually they can experience solid security. Solid security. And they do all type of fearless activities and devotional service. You see Prabhupada taking a voyage when he's 69 years old, suffering 2 massive heart attacks in the ship, and then getting down in America and starting the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. After that, continue to travel around the world and establish Krishna consciousness. No fear. No fear. And Prabhupada, in his early morning walk in Kolkata, he went past the Victoria Memorial Place, the British Queen, her statue and memorial for, because Calcutta was the India's British Raj capital. So Prabhupada said that in my younger days, when this was being built, I climbed a scaffolding myself to the top. It was very high. Prabhupada stood there and said, there was scaffolding, I climbed this to the top. Then they said, you are very bold and fearless, Prabhupada. He said, even now I am bold and fearless. Immediately he said, even now I am like that. I'm not afraid. Actually, correctly at the right time he told, I'm not afraid. That time also I was not afraid, I could climb this. Now also I'm not afraid. Otherwise, how did he go to America? That is a practical experience. I'm giving you a practical example of a person who is fearless. So many times devotees attempt all sorts of huge things for Krishna without fear. Why? I am an instrument of Krishna. And if at all this is going to happen, it's going to happen through Krishna. What I have to worry about? I am not the one doing it. I am being used as an instrument. This is exactly what Krishna told Arjuna. Nimittamatram bhavasavya sachin. Don't have to worry. You just be my instrument. Don't worry all this more, how this will be done, how that will happen, how will this happen. Don't worry about all that. Just become my instrument. I'll use you, do what I tell you to do. This big thing will happen and you will take the credit for it. Krishna loves to see his devotees taking credit. Although the devotees don't want to take credit, the world gives credit to the devotee. And because Krishna's devotee, I was able to do it, he will say, and he'll factor Krishna into his success. And people will hear that. People who hear that, oh, we must become God conscious, then we can also become successful. But that's not the reason why a devotee has taken up Krishna consciousness to be materially successful. The material success is a small byproduct. His real success is that he has connected up with Krishna in love, and Krishna will protect him. That is a side thing. It's not the main thing. So, no anxiety for Vasudeva. You will see him throughout remaining very cool. But Kamsa is constantly in. Although Vasudeva lost 6 children, 6 children killed by Kamsa, he remained very, very peaceful. He tolerated it. He tolerated it, and he knew finally Krishna will be victorious. His devotees will be victorious. Initially, all sorts of these things will happen. In a lot of service that we do, all this drama will happen in the beginning. Some of them get very discouraged. In the end, the Pandavas became very successful. Their 5 children died. Abhimanyu died. Gacha died. And it was very strenuous. Krishna was in the forefront telling them, go ahead, do it. And they faced many different challenges. Draupadi was disrobed. So many things happened. In the end, Pandavas were victorious. It looked like Duryodhana is getting the upper hand. But it is always true that, like it's mentioned in the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Tatra Sri Vijay Bhutir Druvani Tir Matir Mama. Victory will always be for Krishna's side. Jayastu Panduputranam Tasham Pakshe Janardana. Victory is for the Pandavas, Pandu's sons, because Janardana is on their side. This is simply the criterion for victory. When the victory will come, that is different, but in the end it will be victorious. That's for sure. Devotees know this. So in spite of going through all these temporary initial things, they remain fixed in Krishna. They remain fixed in Krishna, and finally it's always victory for them. So you can understand that in this episode. Vasudeva becomes victorious, Krishna becomes victorious, Kamsa is killed, and Pandavas later take over, and in this way Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exhibited his beautiful Leela. Om Tat Sat. I am heavily impeded by hiccups. Any question or comment? Yeah. Question for everybody's understanding. Question is, even devotees are anxious. All the Vanaras were very anxious because they did not find Sita, and they decided to commit suicide fast to death. What is the difference between them being anxious and others being anxious? You can take anxiety for Krishna. That anxiety is not ordinary anxiety. That anxiety will purify you. That anxiety will advance you in Krishna consciousness. Arjuna also was very anxious on the battlefield. It's not easy to sit and fight with arrows shooting. It's not, you cannot whistle and sing a song and fight. You be passionate. You'll be, highly on the edge of your seat, full of anxiety, because if you die, if you make a wrong move, right? So you can't say that the soldiers they fought, all the Pandavas were free from anxiety. Of course, they were very anxious. But why were they taking that anxiety? Because Krishna said so. Because for pleasing Krishna, they were taking that anxiety. That is purifying. And Krishna also knows that. So there's no difference in the activities of a devote and an ordinary person. It's the consciousness that matters. Kamsa was doing it for himself, for his own pleasure and gratification. But the Pandavas were doing it for the sake of pleasure and pleasing of Krishna. That is the difference. When you do that, you are scoring very good marks for yourself. That's important to know. So it's a nice question you asked. Yeah, what is motivation for a devotee to take up anxiety for Krishna? Why will he do that? He will do that only out of love for Krishna. Why did Arjuna take up all this headache of fighting the war? He had decided to go away from the war field. Why? Because Karishe Vachanam Tava. I will do like what you have said, Krishna, because it pleases you. This is the criterion. That's why a devotee takes headache, anxiety. Don't think that after coming to Krishna, why are you taking all this headache? Some people think that come to Krishna consciousness means relax. Always smile at everybody. Always look very happy. It's not that Arjuna was looking very happy on the battlefield when he was fighting. Nobody can come to him and say, Arjuna, please smile. I mean, why are you so serious while doing your devotional service? My devotional service is like that. It's not about smiling. It's not about smiling. So according to the devotional service a person has, he may do what is necessary. But the main thing is he is absorbed in that service. Absorption is the greatest thing. Otherwise you'll be absorbed in sense gratification. You have to absorb yourself in something in this world. Most people absorb themselves in sense gratification because that is what they are default wired to do. They go ahead and instantly do it. And that seems like a safe place to be in. My interest, my enjoyment, my interest, all these things put together is the main goal of my life. And when you make a goal like that, Maya will keep teasing you on all those things, keep you in constant anxiety. Because that is not the way it's supposed to be. But the whole world is doing that. That is why Prahlad said, Sada samudvigna manaha asatgrahat. He told his father, always unhappy and anxious. Look at me. You tried to kill me. You put me from top of the hill. You threw me in the sea. You put me in the lion's den. You had me trampled by elephants. You put your soldiers to beat me up with the worst weapons. I am not even 1/100th as anxious as you are. And you are the boss who is ordering that these things should be done to me. But who is less anxious and who is more anxious? You. I have become a problem for you. Why? Because I am not in anxiety. You want to put me in anxiety. But I am depending on Krishna. It's okay if Krishna wants to kill me like that. Fine. But Krishna doesn't want to kill me. He has saved me all the time and brought me back to you. And this way you are becoming more anxious. By trying to give me anxiety, you have become full of anxiety. Isn't it? Yeah. That fearlessness, satisfaction, happiness, all these things are the great opulence of devotees, pure devotees. That you should study very carefully. It's not about them taking anxiety for Krishna, that they are enjoying that anxiety. Very deeply they enjoy that anxiety, they like that challenge. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I don't see problems, I only see challenges for my Krishna consciousness. Very simple. I don't see problems, I see only challenges which I want to tackle with Krishna consciousness. I'm enthusiastic going to tackle them with Krishna consciousness. So whole problem thing changes for a devotee. He'll he'll headlong go into that. What will happen? Let us see. And he'll go the inside that and face it. He'll come out more mature in Krishna consciousness. The great mistake that devotees do is to seek comfort and the easy path. It take a very long time. But see what Prabhupada did. He said, let's go. Let's go to America. Let's get a free ticket. Pushkar got a free ticket. Let's see what will happen at the most. He just wore a small rubber shoe. Ordinary one that the sadhus wear in India, it's mentioned. One white rubber shoe. Went up to America. So what? What will happen? Let's see what Krishna has in store for me. That is anxiety and anxiety-free fearlessness. Very important to know. Thank you for the question. Om Tat Sat Hare.